If you ever wanted to automate posting to threads and you wanted to use n8n to do it, there is a way to do exactly just that. Now, for today's video, I created a tutorial of how to set up an app using the Meta Business Suite and then connecting that to your Threads account so you can fully automate posting to threads using an AI agent in n8n. Now, if this is something that you'd like to learn how to do, then stick around and I'll show you how. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to my channel where I show you how to do automations and build AI agents. Now, I've made some videos of social media posting before, some of them just strict automations or some of them involving totally hands-free AI powered social media automations. Now, I've done it with various platforms, but I've never done it with Threads yet. So in this video, I wanted to cover how to do it with Threads and setting up the app. Now, when I set up the app for the Instagram posting, that process is different. So this one, you're going to be creating an app as well, creating your access token. Now, keep in mind when you are doing this, just make sure that your Instagram account is set to a business account. So what I'm going to do is going to do a quick little overview of how this is going to be put together, how we're going to build it, and then I'll get started with showing you how to set up your app in Meta and get started with setting up this automation. All right, so I'll go over quickly how this is going to work. I'm going to split this into two different parts. So you're going to get two workflows and two different templates. I'll make them available on my GitHub. I'll link that in the description below. I'll explain how part one works. So this is getting your credentials, and then this is going to allow you to authenticate in part two, which will send your post to Threads. So this is going to be triggered by a form submission. Right here, I'm going to execute this just so you can see. You're going to have to put in four things, which I'll show you how to get in a moment here. But it's going to be the access token, client secret, access ID, Threads ID. It sounds like a lot, but it's not too bad of a process. But anyways, after that, it'll pass that information over here to this node, which is basically an HTTP request. It's going to get your token. So you're going to pass that information along here, and it's going to provide you with your access token. So that's what's going to allow you to connect to your threads and send your post. After that, this part is optional. You can delete this if you like and just copy it from the output. Once you have your access token, so this is an option, but you can send it over to Discord or change it with Telegram, whatever you like and prefer, and just make sure that you just save it and you keep it somewhere safe. All right, so once you have that, this is part two right here. So this is very similar to the X automation workflow that I created earlier, and I can put that in the description below as well if you want to learn how to automate X. So this is how this is the whole workflow of having an AI agent create your post for you and send it to Threads. So fully automated. So it runs off a schedule here, and you can customize a day, once a day, every 2 days, however you like. But once that's triggered, it starts off by executing the AI agent. So what this is going to do is going to create your idea. I'll show you the prompt in a moment here, but I just basically have a prompt where it's just going to think of an idea where it talks about AI and automations. Since that's what I like to talk about. Anyways, I have Gemini connected right here for the chat model, but you can put anything you like. Anything from OpenAI or Anthropic, whatever you prefer. I zoomed in a little too much there. And then this part right here, this is just referencing the post history, which is generated right here every time it creates the post. And then it refers here to make sure that it's not repetitive and doesn't create a post that's either identical or too similar. After that, this is where the magic happens right here, where your post gets sent off to Threads. Okay, so what happens here is you put in some of the information that you have from the first workflow. So this is where you're going to put in that access token that was generated from before, your Threads ID, which I'll show you how to get, and is what you use to put in your form. This is going to create what is called creation ID. So this basically takes your post, sends it off to Threads, has a creation ID, and then this is the node that actually posts your thread or your post to Threads once it sees it from Threads, the platform, using the creation ID. Now, when I was testing this, I was running into some errors, and then this wasn't seeing the creation ID, and I was a little confused because this was creating the creation ID, but then this was saying that it wasn't creating it. Did a little bit of research, and I found out that there was just a slight delay where this wasn't creating the ID fast enough for this node right here to see it. So that's why I have this wait node right here. Just wait 60 seconds. And then once the creation ID is created, only then it gets sent off to here. And by the time with a 1 minute passes, then this can see it and then sees your post, and then it knows what to post to your Threads account. And then finally right here, this is just updating the log like I mentioned earlier. So once you have the post created, updates it right here so it doesn't get repeated again, and then it notifies you on Discord. So what I will do next after this, we're going to start off by creating the app for Threads. I'll show you how to get your access token. We're going to plug it into this information here. I'll quickly show you how you can think of a prompt here, and setting up a webhook for Discord so you can get those notifications. I've showed it before. I'll just show it quickly here because it's very easy. But that's how this works. It's going to be in two parts. So let's start off by going into our Meta Business Suite, and let's get started with our Threads app. Okay, so here we are in our Meta Business Suite. You're going to go to business.facebook.com. So this is going to take you right here. Once you're here, we're going to start off with creating an app. So you're going to go to settings right here on the bottom left. I'm just going to close that. And then right here on the left hand side, you're going to click on apps, and then you're going to see all of your apps right here. Just have a bunch of testing ones. But once you're on this page, click on add on the top right, and then create a new app ID. So this is going to start off the process for creating your app. So you're just going to give it a name. I'm just going to call it YouTube. Just going to call it YouTube demo. And then right here for the use case, you're going to select access the Threads API. Just select your business portfolio here. And then just next right here. So no requirements needed. And then it just kind of gives you an overview of what was just selected. So then you're just going to click on go to dashboard. Okay, excellent. So it's going to take it right here. You're going to click on this next thing right here where it says customize the access to Threads API use case. Click on this arrow right here. All right, and right here, you're going to click on settings. And then you're going to get the first bit right here. You're going to get your app secret. So you can just right click and copy. Let's execute this. So we're going to execute right from the beginning. Okay, so the first thing we did right here is get our client secret. So we're going to paste that right in here. All right. And then the app ID is just going to be your username, actually. So I'm just going to put mine right here for your Threads. All right, so just quickly going over here to Threads. That's my username right there. So this is where you're going to get it if you're not sure. But going to that first one. All right, we're just going to put that there. So we got 2 left. All right, we're already halfway there. You're going to get the access token, which it just generates a temporary one. And then the Threads ID, which is what we're going to get at the same time. So let's continue on. Right here. Okay, so now right here, you're gonna click on roles, app roles right here, and then click on roles. And then we're gonna add people. You're gonna select tester, or threads tester, sorry. All right, threads tester. Right here, you're gonna put the same username for your threads account. So put that username there, your handle, there I am. I'm gonna click on that, and then I'm gonna click on add. Now right here, after you do that, it's gonna say pending approval. We're gonna go over to threads and we're gonna make that approval. Okay, so now that we are in our threads right here, we're gonna look for settings. So just click on the menu right here, go to settings, click on account, and then after that, you're gonna select on website permissions. So click on that. So this is one that I created earlier. I can choose to remove it. But invites, right here, if you go click on invites, there's the one that I just created. This is the YouTube demo. So I'm just going to select accept one more time, and then we're good. It's going to show up in active. Once that's done, we're back at Facebook. I'm just going to close this. Right, and then the next part is we're gonna go ahead and get our access token and our threads ID. All right, you're gonna go back into your MetaSuite here. Just go back to the screen where we set up the roles. You're gonna go to the menu right here. You're gonna select tools, and then you're gonna pick Graph API Explorer. Select that. All right, here you're gonna click on this drop down right here. You're gonna change that to threads. All right, leave the version there. And then right here, you're gonna click on generate access token. Just make sure that right here, where it says meta app, you have the app that you just created selected, as I do here, YouTube demo. So click on this generate threads access token. And then you're gonna get this right here. Now, just a little side note here before I continue here. If you do get this error, because I got this before, if you get an error saying login unavailable, it's a very vague error message. It tells you that it's just login is unavailable. You just have to wait a little bit, maybe wait 5 minutes or so, try again, and then it should bring you the proper screen, which is this one right here. So don't panic if you get a login unavailable error message and everything seems to be okay. You just have to wait a few minutes and then you'll get to this screen. But anyways, I'm going to continue on with my account. And then it's going to give me this access token. You're going to copy this one. All right, let's go back into the form submission. All right, so I'm going to paste that in there. Last thing we need is a threads ID. Now to get that, we're going to click on submit here. And then right here, threads ID. So I'm just going to copy this right here. Paste that in there. And then I'm going to hit submit. So once I hit submit, boom, right here. All right, so you see that it got sent off. Now, I sent this out to a channel that I already created, so I'm going to show you how to create a new one. But if you double click on this exchange token node right here, so right here, it's going to give you your access token. We have our access token, which is great. All right, the last step we're going to do with our access token here, you're going to click on tools. You're going to select on access token debugger. All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go right here, paste that in there, click on debug, and there we go. This is what's going to extend our access token. This is going to go up to 3 months right here. It looks like, oh no, 2 months right here. Expires in 2 months. Okay, so that allows it to use this token that we just generated for 2 months, and then just make sure that you have all of the data that you put in that form saved somewhere, because you're going to have to run that flow one more time and then generate a new token. Go through this process, kind of a pain, but that's just how Facebook or Meta, I guess, works. Good, so we're done that process. Now for the Discord, let me show you how to create a channel for that. So here I just in my test server right here, I'm just going to create a new text channel. So when you're on your server right here, text channels, just click on create channel. I'm just going to name it threads info create channel. Okay, now click on the gear to edit the channel, and then you're going to select integrations. You're going to create webhook, and then I'm just going to name this I don't know, thready, just whatever name, and then that's pretty much it. Save changes. All right, your bot is ready. Now you're going to copy the webhook URL, open up Discord. Let's see, go select webhook. You're going to create new channel right here. You're just going to paste that webhook URL, save, all good. Let's execute this right here just to make sure that it works. Looks like it did. Okay, you're gonna hit escape there, and there we go. This is optional. It's just somewhere if you want to save it. This expires anyways. You can delete this if you like, but we're gonna use this bot anyways in the future, so you'll see in the second flow. So now that we have our details right here, let's go over to the second node, or sorry, so the second workflow, and I'll show you how to set up that workflow so you can start posting to threads. Okay, so here we are on the second workflow right here, the threads automation workflow. So a couple things we're going to modify right here. We're going to change, I'll show you how to change the prompt for the AI agent. Right here, you can just replace the model if you like. I'll show you how I have this sheet created, and then what details to fill in right here. All right, so let's start off with the AI agent super quick. So, I mean, if you're posting anything related to AI and automations, you can leave it as is. But if you want to create your own prompt, maybe you have your own, but if you don't and you're not sure where to start, what you can do is copy this right here. And then you can go to whatever your favorite chat, AI chat is. So I'm just going to use ChatGPT here for example. You can just put something like, I'm creating an AI agent, post to threads for me. Change this prompt so that it talks about, I don't know, business success strategies and success life advice. I'm just putting that for now as an example. Put the prompt right there, hit enter. It's gonna just spit out something right here, and it's gonna adjust the prompt. You can go over it, tweak it however you like, read over it. I'm just gonna use this right now for the example. But normally you just take the time to read through it, make sure that you like it. It's also going to take some trial and error. The first few maybe you might not like, so you just kind of have to tweak it. So just do some prompt engineering there, make sure that you get it exactly how you like. But let's just copy this right here. Going back into our workflow here. So let's just do that. Let's just replace this prompt. Right there. Okay. So I'm going to save it like that. Okay. So there's our prompt. Now our sheet here, I'll show you how I have this set up. So in my Google Drive, I have all my test stuff. Right here, I have this sheet, Google Sheet called Post History. Now it's very simple here. This is for the X automation one that I'm just going to reuse. You can change this to threads, and you can change this to threads, but it's just basically one cell. When it's empty, I'm just going to empty all this. Doesn't really matter. It'll pretty much just look like that. You can name it post history, tweets, right there, name your sheet. And then when you open this up right here, just make sure you have your account selected. All right, so you're changing that. once you change that, it'll update this right here. So you open up the drop down. It's the same, so I'm just gonna repick this again, but you'll see your name of your Google Sheet right there. If you change the name of the sheet, you can change that there, or just select sheet 1 if you left the default, and then that's pretty much it right there. Okay, now moving on to this side right here, update post log. You're just going to simply do the same thing. Make sure your account selected, pick your document, your sheet, and then again, everything else can stay the same right there. Now you're good to go. Now onto our threads nodes right here. So these are two HTTP request nodes. Let's just open this up right here. So your threads ID, this is where you're going to put in your threads ID. So if we go back to here, whatever you put in the form for the threads ID, that's what you're going to replace. Your access token, this is that new one that you just got. So this right here, copy. And then just make sure you have that space in between. So you paste, just go back to the beginning. Make sure it's not right after bear, or don't put semicolon or anything like that. It's just like this, bear, space, and then your access token. All right. Everything else can stay the same. This right here is just going to grab the text from the AI agent, and the media type is just letting you know, or letting Meta know that it's a text. So I'm just going to replace this here. Make sure you replace that as well for yourself. Okay, that's it for that. This one, you're going to do the same thing. All right, so you're going to replace this with your ID, this with your access token, the one that you just generated. So go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we have our credential stuff right here in our nodes for our thread. The very last thing right here, and this part is optional, but I like to get notified when something like this runs. Just open up Discord and then just make sure you're selecting the proper webhook. So the one that I just created, there we go, Discord webhook account. I left it as a default, if you recall right here, Discord account right there. So I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. This is just, you can change this message. The post that been submitted, here's what was posted. I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. Okay, so we're all set. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna execute this right from the very beginning. I'm gonna have our AI agent create a post, update the log history, make sure that it gets sent off to threads, and it updates it in Discord. So let's run that right now. All right, moment of truth here. I'm going to test this out and I'm going to see how this works out. So I'm going to go into this threads automation posting right here. I'm going to click on execute from the very beginning. What I want to see is that our AI agent is able to create some content, update the post history log, post it to threads, of course, make sure that's updated, and then send us the notification through Discord. I'm just going to make sure that that gets posted successfully. So let's start it right from the beginning and execute this workflow. All right. So far it's able to create the, or go through the node of creating the creation ID. It's going to wait 60 seconds here, which I'll skip ahead here. Okay, looks like the 60 seconds has passed. Posted it. Okay, so I ran into an error here. What happened? Okay, refresh the list. Okay, I'm just gonna click on here, refresh list on each side. Okay. So I made some changes to my document while this was all open, so it didn't really like that very much. But there we go. Okay, let's execute this right now. Okay, there we go. So that was my bad. Shouldn't have been making edits while I was doing that, but that kicked off well. And then let's just make sure that gets posted as well. Looks like it did. Okay, all green right here. So let's start from the beginning. So it created some content here. as we can see. What does it say? Is there ever a right time to bet big on a new idea? I mean, if that's something you like, you can leave it like that. And then I'm going to check in a moment here if it posts to threads. And then I'm going to also check the Google Sheet. So let's go to my threads account and I'm going to refresh this page. And there it is. There's a post. Is there ever a right time to bet big on a new idea? You know what? I'm just going to leave that there. That's actually not bad. But now what I want to do is I'm going to go to our Google Sheet and there we go. Same thing got posted there. Did I get the notification in Discord? Yes, I did. Right here. Perfect. Looks like it all ran through successfully. All right, so there you have it. The only thing I guess you can do is just open that schedule trigger and you can pick on how often you want to have this run. You can have this run every maybe 12 hours, 24 hours, days, every 3 days, just how I have it set there. And then this will all just run hands-free, completely automated. Your AI agent will create your thread posts for you and you don't have to worry about it. You can do it while you sleep or while you're at work. Pretty convenient. Just remember to update your access token every couple months. Maybe set a reminder. And yeah, you're all ready and set to go for automating your threads post. All right, thanks a lot for watching this video until the very end. If this is something that you liked, helped you out with your threads automation, please like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out a lot. I'll be posting other types of automations. Mostly I do stuff with n8n, but I'll try to do things with other applications as well, other types of tools. And then if you get stuck, have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll try my best to help you out and give you some pointers to get you on the right track. But other than that, thank you one more time for watching. Happy automating, and I'll catch you on the next one.